everybody. I'm the Pigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy. I'm over here in the mash cooker because we need food. You know what else we need? We need volume. Way to go, Piggy. There's a reason why I turned down the volume, because this, see how close we can get? Hear it? Going crazy. Got the last little bit of all the stuff finally making its way over to the rough end polish, which is awesome. This thing's finally got all of its stuff in it. That took a little while to get all that mess taken care of. But, you know what? I'm getting sick and tired of potatoes. Now, potatoes aren't bad. They're pretty tasty. But when it's all that you ever eat is potatoes, you start to get a little, you start pining for something else. Now, in this series, we are in season 3, I think it is. Everywhere I go, there's noise. We're in season 3, and it is called Conquering, and it's all about conquering all of the major mobs that are in the game. But the problem is, eating potatoes has a very low saturation level. We get hungry pretty darn quick eating potatoes. And I'll go through a stack of potatoes just doing a full episode. Like all the builds that we did on this last one, I probably went through a stack and a half of potatoes to do that. And I was like, you know what? We need to come up with a way to get more food that's got a higher saturation level than just potatoes. That'd be great. And maybe we can incorporate it into the mining town, because I'm going to be honest with you, for some reason I have hit a streak of creativity for mining town structures. So, and you can see where I've laid out a design. I've got one here, not really a design, but a spot here and a spot here, because I have 2 definitive builds that I have finished that I want to put into this town. Now, I'm not going to tell you what's going to go right here. I'm going to save that for later. But what's going to be cool is the way that I've laid this out. See how the road goes straight? Now, eventually, the road is going to go straight all the way over, across the river, to the dark forest area, way over there. But I don't want a straight road. Straight roads kind of get boring after a while. See how even this one curves a little bit? It adds some variety. So what I thought would be cool is if we offset the building so that you'd run right into it. No, not really. So that we would have to curve the road around it. And if you notice, the backside of this building goes right over here. But this is not level or not flush with that. So the road is going to curve just a touch as well. So we could probably get away with a little bit of curvature right there on the road as well. So we're going to have a crossroad here. Which we're not doing that in this episode, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what's going on. And we're going to have a road going that way that eventually is going to go off in the distance. Now we've got like a little alley right through here. And so when I laid this out, I knew I was going to have an alley between these 2 structures. So I wanted the alley to even feel like this. Like I'm trying to avoid straight up grid mark lines that are just straight lines. And also this build right here is going to be probably on this ground level. So we're going to need to take this down just a little and take this down just a little bit as well. So those are the things you're going to see changing. Is this is going to lower just a touch, and I don't know if I'll add the road back here or not in this episode. We'll probably wait until we get both structures. But right here is where we're going to get something built that's going to assist us in eating food, for stuffing our faces, for more than just potatoes. Like I said, potatoes aren't bad, but they get old. So here's the first thing we're going to have to do, because there is going to be, in true fashion, in true form, we're going to have a decorative build on top like this that's actually going to have a function, but it's going to be the pretty part of the build. And underneath it is going to be all the redstone and all the mechanics that are going to be working everything. So the first thing we've got to do is we have to dig out the site, like a construction site, so that we can put in the basement, because you don't want to build the building and then put in the basement later. All the people were like, wait a minute, how's the building not going to fall down if you build the building and then hollow out the ground underneath it? Now, I know this is Minecraft. Ooh, we've run into cobble. It must be a spot that I've backfilled before. So I think I'm going to stop rambling now. I know y'all are probably like, Piggy, what are you doing? You're just digging a hole and rambling, buddy. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dig this. You dig it? With my shovel. Of course, what else? I am going to go ahead and install the part of the basement that's going to be the food provider. I'm going to bring you back and show you what that is, and then we're going to get to capping off the food provision structure with a decorative build that's going to feed us for days. So then we can get to focusing on a few more builds, and then get to focusing fighting all the bad guys that's in this world. So I'm going to get this prepped and ready, and then I'll meet you back in just a moment. Alright everybody, I came up here because I wanted to take a look. I wanted to see how this town was coming along from a different angle. Ooh, and there's some stuff on the ground. Bunch of trash. Skeletons leaving their trash. But check this out. We have opened up the basement. And oh, what a basement it has become. As I continued to design and work on this, I figured out that I needed it to be deeper, much deeper than originally intended. Now, I know what you're saying, Piggy. This looks pretty darn close to the way it was before. Well, it's not. Trust me. Trust me on this. We're going to go down here and find out what's going on. See how deep that is? It's pretty far down. So we're going to go all the way down, and then we'll slowly make our way up. I think it's a 3-level setup. So down here at the bottom, we have, just like the rough and polish, we have got a water system washing over a bucket. Ooh, you see eggs. You might know what's going on. And this bucket, or this hopper, is going to catch specific items and collect them to be sent up to the surface. And I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm waiting to see if anybody yells, "Hey, Piggy, I know what you're doing." I know I can't hear you. But that's what this whole mechanism is right here. Right here is the observation area. We can see what in the world is going on. Now, I know this looks somewhat familiar to the eye, but at the same time, it does not. It looks a little bit different, doesn't it? This is a chicken farm, is what this is. Yeah. But what I've done is kind of redesigned it a little bit, because now we have entity cramming, which means more than 25 mobs in a 1x1 square, and they start to suffocate. So my area for chickens is a 2x2. And then the area for the hatchlings is 3 wide, so that way we can make sure they have plenty of time to grow up before they get cooked, so that they don't just end up suffocating in there. But we haven't even gotten this thing going. And this design I got from Exumavoid's channel, and it is a design taken from one of his Patreons, I think, or somebody on one of his servers, where they used a burnout clock design to cause the lava and everything to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a link down in the description, not only to the video that Exumavoid did, but also to the video or the channel for the person who designed this. I cannot remember their name offhand, and I do apologize for that. But we're going to go up here to the 3rd level, and there's not much going on up here, but this is where we're going to be able to add the chickens. Got a little area so I can't fall in here and get hurt, but we can toss eggs right in there, and as they hatch, they should fall down. I haven't tested this. Nope. Come on, we need a chicken at least. There's one. I hear more. And that's right, when we throw these, they don't start out as adults. We're going to have to wait for them to grow up before they even start laying eggs. And as far as I know of, when you hit a chicken with another egg... Oh, you get in there. They act like they get hurt, but they don't actually take any damage. So that's cool. So we've got that. Boop. And we'll close that hatch, even though I don't think they could get out. Let's go down here and look. So now we've got some starter chickens. Not a lot, We got a couple in there going on, so that'll help. That'll get things started. And what we're going to do is, this burnout clock, I think it fires off 3 eggs at a time. So when they lay an egg, it's going to fire. Pew, pew, pew. Now, as they lay eggs, some of them are going to get left behind in this, is that a dropper or dispenser? I can't remember what that is. Dispenser. But we're going to be able to look in here, and we're going to take some of the eggs out. What we're going to do is, over time, we're going to slowly fill this chamber up with more and more eggs, so that we can get cooking, get some chicken cooking, so we can finally have an infinite chicken cooker source. And what happens is, when that storage area down there overflows, or if it's feathers, they're going to get sent into the water stream, and I'm going to run a water stream over to the water stream that's bringing items to the rough and polish and the coal shop. Yeah, so we still got a lot of work to do, a lot of different things. But the first thing I got to do is backfill this hole, because Piggy made a big old mess. You don't want somebody walking through here and getting hurt. So I'm going to have to backfill this. I'm going to go gather up a whole bunch of materials so we can get to working on this building. I'm going to bring you back and show you what in the world are we going to put on the surface to go with our new chicken farm. So I'll meet you back over here momentarily. There's potatoes. All these potatoes. Look at that. Just blowing through them potatoes. Almost ate a whole half of a stack of potatoes. Crazy. Just going through them. And look. See what I mean? How that thing got hung up? So it's time to use the special button. And it shuts it down. Now, I think there might be a different way to do that redstone. Excuse me. I've used it over here for an item elevator that I'll show you in just a minute. Or actually, I could go ahead and show you now. I'll come down here because I need to show you this as well. So we've got the chicken farm with a few more chickens in it. Because what I did is this. I removed this piece of redstone right here. And so whenever they lay an egg, whoop, it just sits right here, which is awesome. So now I can come over here and collect all these eggs. I'm going to toss them up here on the top, see if we can get a few more chickens going. Come on, chicken! Wow, 16 and no chicken. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I guess I just had a stack of duds there for a second. Alright, so that might do us. That might be good enough. Do I have any? No, I don't. Let's come up here and grab this redstone dust, because what I want to do is go ahead and get that thing where it's making food. So maybe we can have some food by the end of this episode. That'd be great. Yep, I knew that was going to do that. That's going to turn that on. And let's do that. Okay. Whoa! We got a baby chicken waiting. Sweet! You're going to be tomorrow. You're going to be later's dinner is what you're going to be. Oop! So every time the eggs fall in there, it does that. It sets it off. And if one of those are grown, they're standing tall enough, they're going to get cooked. So let me show you. Oop, I heard an egg. Oop, and there it goes. Boy, that thing, I tell you what, we're going to have food for days. I love it. So I went ahead and extended out the little spot so when it overflows, like this is all going to fill up with chicken. And when it backs up, or if it's feathers, it's going to go this way. Got a new access tunnel. Items are going to end up over here, and they're going to go right up in there. So watch, I'm going to show you this. Where would be a good spot? We can break in right here. Break in. Right there. We'll throw some bones in there. So they end up going up there, which is pretty darn sweet. And I went ahead and added this, a nice another little tunnel. Right now we're underneath the rough and polish shop. I'm going to come up here, try to come up here. Up here! And there we go, the bones. Awesome. So I'm going to have to get to at least adding a few more chests or something right there, because as feathers are made, they're really going to start to fill up that chest, and then we're going to have a little bit of an issue. But I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and work on this spot right here. So I want to grab, let's see, this, this. Probably should have prepped a little better off camera, shouldn't I? I'm just going to start grabbing some stuff that I know I'm going to need, and we can kind of come back and forth for things as we need them. So I'll come back a little bit later. The ground, I'm going to come back off camera and add all of the little extra details. Like we're going to have different variations of grass and stuff, or not grass, but just ground cover like what we've got over there. Uh-oh. I should have grabbed a little bit more carpets, shouldn't I? So we're going to leave those. I'll come back and get those later. Oh, just totally unprepared. What are you doing, Piggy? You trying to show people how to build stuff and you don't know what in the world you're doing? Come on now. So we're going to follow the same pattern as what we've got going on with these other buildings. Do that. Let's see, was it 1, 2... No, quit trying to eat your food. Not time for potatoes, Piggy. It's time for building. You can eat the potatoes later. There we go. We got that. Slap this down. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get a villager to stand in here. And I'm going to have carpets here. And we're going to put carpets right here. And then we won't have to worry about bad guys spawning and getting in there and messing up our villager. Because that wouldn't be any good. Let's go ahead and do this. Whoa. Where'd that come from? I bet that was the chickens. Now, the reason why I built it so low under the ground, so low, was because I was trying to make it where we wouldn't really hear all the stuff going on. But apparently, I didn't build it low enough. Because we can still hear a little bit of that racket happening. So, yeah. But too late now. We're not going back now. Because that was a lot of stuff that I dug out. That'd be a lot of crazy stuff to try and rearrange. That ain't happening for sure. Okay, so we're going to do like this. And we'll do 2 like that. And I think I'm going to have to start pillaring up a little, aren't I? 2, 3. There we go. And we're going to put this just like that. And so what we're doing is we're building like a little pavilion or a restaurant. Huh. So that's going to be like that. I'm trying to reference a picture at the same time, and it's not working. So what did I do? 1, 2, skip a few, and then like that. And then we had the spruce log on top, just like that. There we go. So that's going to be kind of like the fence design that we're going to bring around on all the sides. And I'm going to cap it off. I'm going to cap it off with a little bit of decoration and stuff. You know what? Let's go over here and sleep real quick. I've got the creeper stopper thing, so we don't have to worry about stuff getting destroyed. But it just stinks to be trying to build stuff and you take damage. Your armor would take damage. And look at that. We won't look at him, but look. The Enderman thinks he's holding something, so the Enderman stopper is working as well. Awesome. You come here. Or go away. One or the other. There we go. Okay, so from right here, we're going to do the same little trick that we did. Where did we do it? Oh, okay, so some of y'all may, if you haven't watched the whole series, you may have to go back and watch it. But there is a build that I did where it is inside the miners' barracks area inside this hill. There is a cafeteria in there, and we've got... wow, I've got nothing. There's all kinds of stuff that I was supposed to bring over here. Really? Come on now. How are we supposed to build, Piggy, if you can't get your act together, huh? We'll just do this. I'll have to show you at another time, won't I? But basically what it's going to be is we're going to use pistons, and we're going to use, where's my hatch doors? Right here. I've got them with me. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, and it's just not working. So basically what that's going to be is like a little trash can. And I thought it would be cool if we kind of mix-matched the idea of how we're using dirt as structure blocks around here. Maybe some of this exterior wall was made out of dirt. And maybe some of it... Uh-oh! Hear that? That was a chicken getting cooked. That's what that sound was. So we might have ourselves some food already, which would be pretty sweet. So, oh, why'd you do that, Piggy? Just like that. There we go. And we'll knock that down. And I'm going to come back and fix some of this, because some of this stuff like this, that needs to get swapped out for a dirt block, just like that. And once we get all this done, just like the little spot over there that goes down into the hatch, we're going to kind of hide this one as well. Maybe somewhere right in here with some leaf blocks or something. But we'll see. But that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with this. We're going to go through and make ourselves a restaurant. I guess I need to dig through here. But right in this spot, we're going to put a switch underneath a piston, and it's going to push up, and we can... Oh, we've got the stairs, so that's going to be our chairs, just like that, just like that. What's really cool is these fence gates won't attach to the back of the stairs. Now, they did it one time. It was kind of a glitch. They didn't mean for it to do it. I think it was one of the snapshots recently where they had it where the fence posts were touching. And a lot of people were happy about it. They thought it was pretty cool. And it was kind of cool in a way. But at the same time, it would stop you from being able to do stuff like what I just did. We would have to push this back one spot just so they wouldn't connect. And this way, I can build a little more compact. Let's see here. Oh, no, I wanted to do that. So basically what we're doing is making a little bit of a non-uniform look underneath the fence posts. And we're going to leave this open because that's going to be our access into there. Just like that. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep adding to this structure. Got a little bit more to build up and a little bit more work to do with the ground. And we're going to see if we can get ourselves some chicken going so we can have ourselves a proper meal and not have to rely on potatoes. Potatoes can be something that we eat with the chicken, but we won't have to live off of just potatoes. And you, sneaky. And he just stands there like maybe I wouldn't see him again. Woohoo! More bone meal, which we're definitely going to need. So I'm going to get to working on this and trying to finish it up. And I'm going to bring you back and show you what the final result looks like. So I'll bring you back over here in just a moment.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but Houston, we got a problem. Now you're going to notice something's a little different. I've got two glass blocks right in here. See if I can break them. See, like that. Because we're doing some testing. I wanted to isolate this to a 1x1 chamber because I wanted to see if it was my design was messing up or if there was something else going on. But there's something very strange happening right now. So I modified this from the original design. I had the lava coming down from the top instead of forward because I wanted a large enough chamber that we didn't reach the max entity in a 1x1 area and suffocate the chickens before they grew up and was able to get cooked. And now it doesn't want to do it. But for some reason, these chickens, they will hatch and they will stand. They'll kind of stand in a spot, maybe in a corner or somewhere, and they'll just sit there for an indefinite amount of time, usually between 5 seconds to about a minute. And all of a sudden, if they start moving around, they will start hopping and taking damage, and then they'll die, as if they're suffocating in a block or something. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the way that this is built. Now, I've tested this in a creative world, and it does the same thing. And I built the original design, and it doesn't do the same thing. So what I suspect is going on, there we go, maybe we can watch what happens. What I suspect is going on is for some reason, this solid block is messing with things where these chickens, when they hatch, the game sees them stuck in the half slab. And as they want to start to move or do something, they end up glitching into this solid block, suffocating and dying. And for some reason, if it's a dispenser above, they don't do that. But see, they look happy. They look just fine. They actually look like a weird two-headed chicken version of a chicken. But see, they just kind of get where they sit right there in the corner. They don't do much of anything. Now that I'm filming, you're going to be all gun shy about it, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Tell you what, if I've got to do a quick like fade in, fade out cut, I'll do it real quick because I want to film this. I'm going to sit here for just a second and see if we can catch them dying. Mm-hmm. And there it went. And you might notice that the animals are not making a noise. That is because I have the animal sounds turned down, so we don't have to suffer listening to that. But that's this thing not working right. So what I'm going to do, I am going to rip all this out, and I'm going to rebuild it with the original design, because I know that that does work. And hopefully the amount of time that all this takes to occur, we just don't end up losing chickens to suffocation. So I'm going to get this all fixed, and then I'll meet you back in just a moment. Searching, searching, searching. Always searching. Here we go. Come here, you cow. Come here, cow. Uh-oh. Nope, come back. Whew. And we got 3 leather. Awesome. And I just realized something. Once again. Got all the sounds turned down. Oh, well. No, horsey. Come on, Province. With your clippity clops. There you go. So, I have redone the chicken farm. Not like torn it up. Basically just changed the chamber. Oh, gosh. Good horse. Just changed the chamber where the chickens get harvested. Whoa. Look at all that drops. Nice. And look at this. We've also got the build done. So I had to go looking for leather because we had to make a sign. And I realized, uh-oh, we're just about out of leather. Let's go ahead and drop off Province. There you go. You would just hang out in there. And here we go. Here is the restaurante. Like it. Pretty darn snazzy, if you'd ask me. And I don't think we can get in there, can we? No. So even though these things are open like that, mobs can't get in there. Maybe baby zombies can. Baby zombies might be able to get up in there. That's pretty cool. And we've got... Oh, do you hear that? Do you hear that noise? Mm-hmm. We got our little chicken cooker right here. Whoa, somebody forgot to put the roof on. I wonder who that would be. Let's go ahead and come back over here. That's the back side of the building. I'm really liking the way that looks. And here is our little path down to where the chicken thing is. Whoa, it's going 8. Oh, you know what it is? It's the little dispenser thing right there. That's what it is. It got stuck. Is there a way to get that to fix itself? Fix yourself, sir. Let's do this. Something in there? There we go. And it resets itself. Awesome. So, see, I just turned it into a one-spot chicken chamber with the dispenser with the lava bucket right there. So far, nothing's gone wrong. So far, we got a zombie hidden somewhere in the walls. Let's get down here and check this. What loot do we have? Sweet! Look at that. We got some cooked chicken and feathers. So I'm going to have to put some dummy blocks in here and then cook chicken. And that way feathers get washed on, but the cooked chicken will start to back up. We'll leave the feathers there for now. No big deal. Just leave you feathers. We'll come back later with some dummy blocks. But this is going to be today's build. I want you to build a chicken farm. You can make a restaurant out of it. You can make just a regular farm. It can be a chicken coop with a bunch of chickens that you gather naturally. Doesn't matter. I just want to see what would be your interpretation of a chicken farm. You can build it in creative mode or survival. You can build it in Pocket Edition or PC. Platforms don't matter, and the styling doesn't matter, or the manner in which you build it doesn't matter. The fact that you build it, and then you take pictures of it and send it to me on Twitter. That's what matters. Did we bring the chicken? We did. Sweet. So, boop, boop, boop. And look at that. We have added another structure to the mining town. The chicken eatery. Now we just got to get ourselves a villager to put in here, and then we'll be good to go. And then he can be the guy that sells his chicken. He stands there and goes, huh, huh.
And we also need to get a guy over here into the coal building. We got to get one that buys coal so that we can trade with him. But yeah, take pictures of your build, send it to me on Twitter, and I will tweet it out for everyone else to see. And remember, doesn't matter if you think it's a beginner or an awesome type of build. Doesn't matter. Sharing each other's builds and seeing what each other's up to, that's what matters. And I love this. This is a nice addition to the town. And now, look at that. We're eating chicken instead of potatoes. Awesome. So, I think next episode, we're going to bother to fill in what goes here, because this spot looks lonely, and we can't build the road until we get that building set right there. And this building is something that I have needed for quite some time, so it'll be very nice to have that building set up and ready. But I've got the chest set up here. I'm going to start bringing some materials over here and get ready for next episode, and I will see you in the next episode.